Hey everybody, this is Sandra, and today we're going to be canning tomatoes, and I'm doing a cold pack. What I've done so far, I've washed my tomatoes, and if you notice, I took the middle section out. You don't have to do it this way, but I'm trying it this way. Hopefully it's easier. All I did was just took a knife and went in the diagonal and took the core out. And there's my cores, okay? So, I have kind of assembly line set up. I have boiling water right here. It really don't have to be boiling water, just as long as it's hot water. And next to the hot water, I have cold water. Now I have ice in it. You really don't have to have ice in it, but your water must stay cold, okay? And then I have a separate bowl to take out, okay? So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to put a few tomatoes in the hot water for a minute. After the minute's up, put them in the cold water for another minute. And when that goes into cold water, I'm putting some more in the hot water. And then when I take that out of cold water, I'm going to sit them to the side. And you're going to see how easy the peel is going to come off of these tomatoes.
Okay, let's call a plan. We're going to see if it works.
It's going to work. I got faith.
Okay.
And when you put them in there, you need something so it will not splatter.
She's just trying to justify buying that too. That's all.
No, you don't want that hot water to splatter on you. Set my timer for a minute.
We do have a timer on the stove. She just don't.
No, I'm gonna use it. So I'm gonna keep using it.
Oh, okay, so you don't have to keep resetting it.
Yeah. I'll keep it in here.
Is it a minute or 2 minutes?
1 minute. 32 seconds. Up. But you don't want them to cook. Woo, they hot too.
And what you're doing is shocking them.
Start all over again. Start my minute again.
And how long you let them sit in that cold water? It doesn't
1
have
minute.
It's the same thing.
Mm-hmm. See how it's bursting the skin? I think so far it's doing good.
It ain't like she invented this, y'all.
No, I didn't. But anyway, I'm just going to repeat until I've got them all done. We can come back after.
Show them how easy it is to peel it.
Very simple. Just pull the skin off. See it? Just comes right off. Just that simple. Okay, y'all, we're back now, and we've gotten the tomatoes peeled, and I've done most of my jars, but I want you to see what I'm doing. I'm using, like I said, I'm using quart size. So in here I have 2 tablespoons of lemon juice and a half teaspoon Himalayan pink salt. That's what I'm using, Himalayan pink salt, okay? You can
Pull it
use.
down a little bit further.
Okay. You see it now?
Yeah.
Okay. You can use any type of salt you want to, just as long as you don't use iodized salt. From what I've learned, the iodized salt would put an off taste to your food in processing. Don't know why, but it will. Okay. And also, it can cause your glasses to cloudy up too. So, I'm just packing. You can cut your tomatoes up however you want to. I'm just kind of cubing them in big chunks. And when you fill your glasses up, you want to fill them up to a 1/2 inch head space. And when you put your tomatoes in there, make sure you kind of lightly pack them down. You don't have to just down in it, but you want to lightly pack them down. Because tomatoes are mostly water. So in the process, you know some of the water is going to come out. And some people do add water to theirs. I'm not adding water to mine.
Cause we want to taste tomato.
Yep.
Not tomato.
The tomato. Mm-hmm. With the tomato for you. With the tomato. Like I said, lightly press down in there. Not trying to deform the tomato. Because you can leave them whole. You can slice them however you want to do them. I just chose to do them in chunks.
It's when you decide to use them, you can always, you know, cut them up further if you like. Or was it puree them?
Mm-hmm.
You can do that as well if you like.
Yeah, and you can use these tomatoes, and you can use them in for salad. You can make other things with them. You can decide you might want to make stew or some type of pasta sauce or something. All we're doing is preserving these tomatoes.
And by the way, where did you get these tomatoes?
I don't know what the guy's name is. What his name is. We saw this guy on the side of the street. We were coming back from seeing my son. Saw him on the side of the street, and we stopped. Actually, I didn't see him. Tanya saw him because I was driving. Because I got down the road. And she saw him, and we turned around and went back, and we will be seeing him again this Saturday because he said he's out there every Saturday. Because we are not able to grow produce like this because we have a HOA where we stay. And I know each HOA is different, Some of them will let you grow certain things. Some of them will not. Some of them will let you have certain animals, livestock. Some of them will not. Okay? But we really don't have that much room anyway. I'm sure we can grow like a small container garden, but right now we're still learning a lot of stuff too, so we're not going to let that we haven't grown it ourselves to stop us from providing for our family.
And neither should you.
Mm-hmm.
So, like I said, just because we don't have a garden, there's no reason why you can't can fresh produce.
Mm-hmm. Y'all see those people on the side of the street? The warmer it gets, the more you're going to see them out there in their little trucks. Have their little stand up. If you don't have it, you better stop there and get you something.
Because he did mention that at each season he will have the produce for that season.
Mm-hmm.
And during the summer he says he has watermelons and melons and strawberries. And I think he said, did he say peaches?
Yes, he did. Because
So-
this weekend we're supposed to go back and get sweet potatoes. What else we getting?
And red potatoes.
Okay.
And we'll also see what else he has. But we are buying a case each of those. We know we want those. But because his produce is coming from, I think he said Florida. Don't hold me to that, but I think he said his produce is coming
He
from
did say Florida.
because it's coming from away. He's not quite sure what they, because when I talked to him today, he's not quite sure what they'll have. But I told him, I said, well, but he did tell me he knew for sure that he'd have the potatoes. So I said, okay, we'll get a case of potatoes each, the sweet and the red small potatoes, because those are like, you know, by him being a farmer, he also knows what's easier to can. And so he was like, well, you definitely want the red potatoes because they're much easier to can and they last longer. So,
because you can keep the skin on the red potatoes.
Yeah. Yeah. So we'll be canning those. And like I said, as time goes on, we'll be getting beans and squash and, you know, a myriad of different produce from it. So, but, you know, we'll let you see what we have. Because we'll be canning it. Because we want to encourage you to do the exact same thing. Like I said, just because you don't have a garden in your yard, or anywhere close by, or you don't have a friend that has a garden, there's no reason why you shouldn't be doing this.
And as usual, my little vinaigrette. Got my little paper towel and my vinegar. Stuff out the way.
Don't trip.
What that grandma said?
The floor kitchen.
Yep, that's what she said. And as usual, you notice I haven't said anything about any hot water or anything like that, because in the cold pack, I do have water in my water bath canner, but I'm not heating it up, because if it's cold, cold goes in cold, just like hot goes in hot. And this is a lot easier actually, because I'm not worried about burning myself. Not so far anyway. But the thing about this, the process is longer though. Because when I can these, it's going to process for 85 minutes. And it doesn't matter whether I'm using the pint size or the quart size. It's still going to be 85 minutes with this cold pack, okay? If I had decided to hot pack them, if I had decided to hot pack, I believe it's 45 minutes. But anyway, make sure I got everything. That napkin got a little icky. Yes, icky is a word.
I ain't saying that. You making stuff up on the floor.
Yeah. So far, so good. Like I said, 1/2 inch. And I did kind of pack it down a little bit, and I used my debubbler. Because I know when you use a debubbler, even though it's a cold pack, it helps you to get more in there. I'm like, all right, I can handle that.
And we are using wide mouth jars this time.
Because the food that we have putting in here are chunky. With what it's easy to get chunks out wide mouth jars than it is for you get out of the regular mouth. And we be hunting. Yeah, we be hunting. Still, you're gonna put your lids and your rings on, fingertip tight. That's standard without, no matter what you can. No matter what you can, no matter how you can. That was a record mouth.
So like I said, we're always on the lookout for jars, especially wide mouth.
Okay. I'm gonna put these in the canner. Like I said, this is cold. Probably gonna have to put some more water in it. We'll see. Because you know, as you put the stuff in there, The water goes up. See, it's going up. Water displacement. You know I got to say something.
Yeah, I know. That chemistry lesson. Well, you may not have to add any more.
I've learned with this canner, if I use the larger jars, I'm gonna put the rest of my vinegar in there. When I use larger jars, I don't have to, if I fill up to this, right below this ring right here, the first ring around this canner, when I put the jars in, I have my inch head space. So I'm going to turn it on. Well, I'm turning on half of right now. And then when it comes up to the boil, y'all know, don't start counting until it comes up to a boil, okay? And then we'll be back in 85 minutes. Well, it's going to be a little bit longer. Y'all know I have to let it sit and stuff. But I'll let you know when it come back. But that's it for now. Okay, y'all, it's been 85 minutes. And it's late at night. And we's tired. But anyway, we did process my tomatoes for 85 minutes. Cut the water off. Cut the heat off. The stove off. And let it sit with the top on it for an additional 5 minutes. And then I took it off and let it sit for another 10 minutes. Because I've learned with these large cans or large jars, you have less siphoning if you do it that way. You kind of work the temperature down. Anyway, we'll see how they do it. But also, if I had chosen to hot water can these, instead of being 85 minutes, it would have been 45 minutes. Plus, usually when you do that, you add hot water to it. I really didn't want to add water to it either. Because tomatoes, as you well know, carries a lot of water. Okay. And of course, we lift straight up. And bring those again. But they're looking.
Y'all see our plaque? What y'all think of it? Comment below what you think of our plaque. We think it's cute.
You notice at the bottom of these jars, you see that water. This is natural water that's in the tomatoes. That's natural water that's in the tomatoes. Now, I was informed that once they cool off, if you shake the jar up a little bit, that they will mix back with the water. So if it bothers you, you might want to do that. If it doesn't, don't worry about it. But this is how you can raw pack can tomatoes.
Right, they're already starting to ping. Which is surprising. Because usually the larger canned items take a little bit longer.
And it may be the result of me slowly letting it cool down.
Maybe.
Taking the top off and then let it sit in the hot water for additional 10 minutes. But there it is. And of course, as usual, do not touch for 24 hours. And after 24 hours, then you can check your seal to make sure that they sealed properly. But until then,
don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.
Yeah. And don't forget the giveaway that we have going on too.
Okay. Hashtag leave a legacy.
Yeah, buddy. See you next time, y'all. Bye.
Bye.